Visionaries, welcome back, and if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Visionaries, thank you for joining me today, coming back to you with a couple of things that's been on my mind and I wanted to share with you guys. But before I get started today, I would like to know a little bit more about you. I want you to please comment below and let me know what tier you're on. So that's very helpful to me as I develop content, and let me know as you're starting your journey what things you would like to know more about in relation to my journey to help you through yours. So yeah, definitely just let me know where you are in your Merch by Amazon journey, or if you have not started Merch by Amazon just yet and you're looking for tips and tricks and things of that nature to help you along the way. That will help me help you. So today I wanted to come to you and first share my progress to date. So this month is another good month of sales for me. I'm going to share my month-end earnings with you guys as I do at the end of every month. But this month I probably will come in at a little bit more than $1,000 in royalties. This month, last month I made $1,365 in royalties, so I'm not sure if I'll get to that point with the 5 or so days that we have left, but I'm shooting for it, and the sales are doing pretty well in the last couple of days. I've had double-digit sales in the last 2 days. I think 13 a couple days ago, and then 10 to 12 yesterday. So things are going pretty well and are pretty steady. I've made over $500 in royalties for the last several months now. So I think that, even though I don't upload that often anymore, I may upload a couple of designs a week now because I'm at 1,800 plus of my 2,000 slots. So there's not a lot of room there, plus life happens and things, and so I haven't maxed out my slots just yet. A lot of my shirts have fallen off as well, so just kind of trying to replenish my inventory there. So hodgepodge of reasons, but even that said, my sales are staying pretty steady over the last several months, so that's a good thing. And hopefully you're seeing something similar with your summer sales, because I didn't know what that kind of would look like, because at this time last year I only had about 25 or 100 slots, so having 10 times that is a totally different ball game. So but one thing that I was thinking about in terms of my progress and the experiences that I had in my first year, definitely being in the lower tiers, was when do I give up on a design? Like if I have a design up for 30 days and it hasn't sold, do I switch out the design? Because considering I have a low amount of slots open, like what do I do? Do I wait it out and hope that some way in the algorithm the shirt gets found, or in search, or change my keywords, or what do I do? So in my experience, I found that if you feel in your gut that a design is worth it and you've done keyword research and there's a market for the shirt, don't give up on the shirt. Do not give up on the shirt, because there's been shirts that I've had up for, at first, I think when I first started out on merch, it was like a 60 or 90 day, something like that, and then the shirt would get taken down, and then it got extended beyond that. I can't even remember what it is now. Is it 108? Well, it was 180 days until a couple weeks ago, when Amazon was saying now you could leave the thing up for a year or whatever. So, but there were times that I had shirts up that were up for that 60-90 day period. They fell off. I put it up again, it still didn't sell. It fell off. I put it up again and then it sold. I had a experience with that recently with a specific sports related shirt, and it's under a niche sport, and it finally sold yesterday, and I think I had that in my arsenal of designs my first few months up on Amazon, but because I didn't have the slots, I took it down, left it in my archive of designs that didn't sale, and then I put it up like 20 days ago, about a month ago, and then I sold my first shirt. So don't give up on designs. Obviously, you're not gonna totally delete designs and things, but just go back through your catalog once you start getting some sales under your belt for some popular shirts. If they are in the same niche or related, definitely try them out again. Play with keywords. Just make sure that you're optimizing your SEO on those, because if the design is indeed good, don't kid yourself if it's not, but if it is good, you will sell the shirt. So that's my piece of advice based on my experience with playing the game, that juggle game of what 10 designs do I showcase, which 25, which 100 as you're in the lower tiers. Also, one thing, as I was coming into Merch by Amazon during my first year in February, I was ahead of some of the major holidays, but didn't quite know which ones I should dedicate designing for or not. And so then the question came in, well, how far in advance for me to get sales do I need to put up shirts? And so in my experience, the sweet spot was 60 to 90 days. But now that we can keep shirts up for a year, is that going to change? How soon should you design for a holiday? How early? And for some of the major holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, I found that maybe even 90 days you can push it to 120 or whatever, because in retail stores how early they start putting up merchandise related to specific holidays. So I'm going to continue with at least 90 days, but may kind of go further than that and put things out maybe 120 days beforehand. But yes, always kind of, again, when you don't have the slots to have that luxury to put like a catalog of stuff out way before the timing of that holiday, that occurrence, that festival, whatever it is, it's kind of like, you're juggling and taking up space where there might not be demand yet. So obviously take a look at it. And even if some of you might not even venture into trends on holidays, and the majority of your portfolio is evergreen, and so that might not even be a consideration for you. But I do have, I would say, 15%, 10 to 15% of my portfolio is trend or holiday related. Now, a lot of the designs that I had for the summer months that was holiday related was related to graduation shirts, because when I first came in last year, that was one of the trends or holidays that was lucrative for me. Mother's Day, not so much. Father's Day, not so much. It was graduation. So I went into that niche again this year with some similar designs that I had last year, and they sold pretty well again. So graduation will probably always be a mainstay for me in terms of the trends that I focus on. The other is going to be definitely Halloween, as I mentioned in some of my other videos. That is just super funny how, the littlest, quirkiest thing on a shirt will get you some good sales, and they get pretty popular, and people are looking for last minute costume ideas or funny phrases related to that holiday, and they sell very well. It was one shirt in particular for Halloween. Overall, I probably sold like 200 shirts, and that was like over the 2 to 3 months leading up to it, and then around the holiday itself before the shipping deadline for people to get the shirts. But it was interesting because there was one shirt in particular that sold like at least 60 to 70 copies of it on its own, and it was like the most simple but funny. I guess the quirky funniness of it was what sold it. But it's just like, even though you don't think that you would pay $19.99 for a shirt that's odd like that, others will. And so again, just look at the market and do some research. Look at the shirts that's there or whatever, and the thing that you think might be the silliest thing in the world that you wouldn't pay money for, others will. So just take the time and evaluate your portfolio on a regular basis, and then see what you can add in and test things out. I know, again, it's difficult in the beginning when you're first starting and you don't have that many slots to play around with, but as you grow your slots, your sales, you kind of get a feel for things as you go along. So those were a couple of things that helped me in the beginning. And then with this new retention policy, it's kind of going to be more up to the creator, more to the designer, for you to overhaul and take a look at your portfolio more often now, because certain things are not going to drop off. It's, your portfolio is not going to kind of get cleaned on a regular basis unless you do it. So I encourage you, obviously, to focus on niches where you're having the most traction right now. Just do more of that than to spread yourself thin and start doing 50 different niches and only having one shirt in that niche. Because when you start selling shirts, as I mentioned before, of a particular design, of a particular niche, you need to flood out that niche so that when others see, via tools like Merch Informer and things, that your shirt is selling on a regular basis, they're going to jump in and do something similar. So you want to make sure that you cover your territory. So that's going to take a good amount of the slots that you have. That's just the game of this thing. It's some gamification going on, and that's what any business, any industry, you really have to, if you want to continue to be the leader in that specific area, and in this case in the niche, where those customers are looking for designs that's similar to that, of that specific demographic. They're gonna see at least 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 shirts on that particular first page would be yours. I have some of the niches that I'm in, I'm the only designer or one or two designers on the very first page, and that's because I prospected out that niche and basically staked my claim, and the page is mine. So you try to come in there, you're gonna be challenged, especially because I optimize my keywords and I have sales on some of the shirts. So you're gonna have a tough time getting placement on the first page. Plus, for some of my more popular shirts now, I run AMS ads, so it's just the name of the game. So I encourage you to get creative, get innovative, and have confidence in your designs and research it well, and you will win in the long run. As I was telling you guys too, my pricing strategy has evolved from when I was first on merch to pricing at the lowest and getting a sale. Now I start all of my shirts out at $19.99 at the lowest, and then as I see it selling with great popularity, meaning I start selling multiples a day, then I push up the price from there, because obviously the demand is there. And then as I see it selling with regularity as well, I always put it on all of the t-shirt types, so tank top, sweatshirt, long sleeve, regardless of what season it is, because at some point it's going to be chilly, even though it's the heart of the summer now. And cold evenings in some places or whatever, you never know what a person is looking for. They could be going to a trip to Alaska and want the t-shirt or the sweatshirt rather than the t-shirt or whatever. So I always design on all of the different shirt types, and then also flood out the niche again, once I see a shirt selling multiples a day, then I make variations of the design. I don't necessarily scale too often, meaning I make a shirt and then I change the phrase based on the individual, their occupation, mom, dad, sister, whatever. I only do that in certain cases, like with graduation, that sort of thing. Mom, proud mom of, or proud dad of, or the individual themselves is that person, that sort of thing. That's usually how I scale, but other than that, I usually make color design variations or slight tweaks in the text on the shirt, but it always appeals to the person in that particular niche. So just something to think about, but definitely wanted to come back to you guys, let you know how things were going with me, learn more about you guys and what tier you're on and how the journey is going for you, and share some insights in general. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, do comment below, let me know more about you. And then if you are not subscribed, please welcome to the planet. Love having new visitors to the planet, and do definitely subscribe and join us for more videos. Until next time, be well and peace, family.